The UPS man was already here this morning with 3 Amazon Subscribe and Save packages. So Don's out here with his plastic gloves on, taking things apart in the garage. Normally we would do that in the house, but in today's world, that's a garage thing.
Yeah.
It's 51 and sunny. It's supposed to be a really nice day today. Little breeze though. Come on, Gray, let's go get some attention, honey. Everybody's fine this morning in Kittyland. They all ate and are doing their thing. Tux was a little frisky. He was chasing the girls. Hey, Donnie. I thought we were going to hang the access point.
We are.
After you. What are you doing there?
Well, I'm just, I've got this new charger. This is a 12 volt or 20 volt charger. I don't think it's any faster than the other one. But
for the DeWalt drill.
For the new DeWalt drill. And I've had these things sitting on top, all 3 of them sitting on the top of my workbench, and they just take up a lot of room. And now I've got 3 of them. I mean, now that I've kind of cleaned things up a little bit, I'm thinking, and they all have wall mounts. So I'm thinking that I'm going to mount these on the wall.
On the board.
Let me rephrase it. I'm going to mount these on this board, and then I'm going to mount this on the wall. The board on the wall.
Gotcha.
So that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
So a few weeks ago, you remember Mary and I pulled the new Ethernet cable through this conduit over here. She was a great help, and I installed the access point, but I just got it sitting up there on top of this cabinet. And obviously that's not safe. I got plenty of Ethernet cable here, coiled up. So my plan is I'm going to run it up in this corner, and I bought this fancy quarter round cord conduit. So I'm going to run it up this corner, up through the ceiling, and then I'm going to run it into ceiling joists across over to here, and then I'm going to put it right here on this spot right there, right here.
And the FedEx guy's here with our butcher box meat order.
Right.
See, our FedEx guy, we appreciate him. I think I said that yesterday. So here's what the box looks like. They said depending on time of year, they do or don't use dry ice. So I have no idea if they thought this environment was a dry ice or not.
Okay, so at this
you're gonna go wash your hands.
Well, I'm gonna probably pop this up. Yeah, so it's kind of like a cooler, but I'm gonna pour this out, I guess, into the freezer. Maybe.
Yeah, we want it to go into the freezer, but we sort of want to see what it looks like.
There we go.
Okay.
So I can pour that into the freezer.
I agree. We can pour it into the freezer.
Right, so you go open the freezer because you haven't touched anything.
Right, I haven't. My hands are clean.
And I haven't touched anything inside.
And not that we're saying that this box is not okay, but here, let's put it here. And let me move this stuff to the other side so I can keep all of the stuff that came from.
Get our thermometer there so we can put it back on top.
Yes, sir. Showing 9 degrees in the freezer.
Is it minus 9 degrees?
It's minus 9 degrees.
Yeah. Okay, way cool.
So let's see what we got. No sugar added, uncured smoked bacon. 2 pounds of ground beef. This is all farm raised stuff. Oh, this is what I want. That's what I want right there. Those are a couple New York strip steaks, right? Yeah, 2 strip steaks. Oh, ribs. They sent us ribs. Wow. Loin back ribs. I think we're having them for dinner tomorrow, baby. Boneless pork loin chops. That looks like 1 meal for us and a second meal for us. There's like, well, maybe there's 4 chops there, but they're really thick. And then this almost looks like a ham of some sort. What is this? pork loin, sirloin bonus, so it's a piece of pork loin. Well, I can certainly work with that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 meals plus some bacon for breakfast. So I'm happy. It was supposed to be 8 to 10 pounds, and it was $129 plus some change for the tax. And it'll come again in a month.
Yeah.
Now that's obviously not a month's worth of meat, but considering we didn't have to go out and source it locally, I could just go order a second. I'm happy. You can individually pick what you want, or you can let them put together the box for you. I'd say, consider all things considered, they did a good job with the box. So there's Don. He's got the one drill with the Phillips head on it, and he's got the other drill with the real drill bit on it. That's what he was wanting. You can see them there side by side.
Yeah, this is only an 1.5 amp hour battery. This is a 2 amp hour battery, so the battery's a little thicker. But the batteries are interchangeable.
Wow, the actual head up here at the top is bigger. You know, the diameter here is a little bit bigger.
Yeah, well this is brushless. I mean, it ought to be stronger. In other words, this has a little bitty inverter in it.
Yep, it does say brushless there.
You know, I decided to. I didn't really like all these cords. You know, Mary and I made this nice little backer board here, and we put some of our fake wood grain vinyl on it, so it dressed it up quite a bit.
Contact paper.
Contact paper.
Yeah.
And so I had this little white box, and it's got a strain relief clamp on this and a strain relief on top. So I just cut the cords to go into the bottom of the box, and then I wire nutted all this together so it goes in there. So, you know, basically I don't have a 5 foot of cord hanging out on it. And then this part right here, I can just slide this over
and lift it down if you need to.
And lift it down if I need to.
Huh, okay. Way cool.
So anyway, so that holds that. This little white thing, I gotta trim that little piece of. This battery slides in and out, and to keep this from sliding up, I put that stopper there. These batteries pull in and out, so you don't have to lift up on them. And they're pretty tight though. Well, that one's not too tight, but this one's nice and tight. But anyway, I've had experience with these chargers. You slide out that mount to the wall. They, you know, the little eyelets, they pull
yeah,
off.
it just comes right off the wall with
So
it. Yep.
this is to stop that from happening.
Okay, well that turned out good. I like it. Nice and neat. Obviously not at the feeder right this moment, but I just saw my first ruby-throated hummingbird of the season, so he did a flyby. This is around where the feeder usually is, so hopefully he'll find it. I've got another batch of fresh nectar in the refrigerator ready to rinse and refill.
I have to move really slow.
So Don's got the hole through from the attic upstairs down here. I'm upstairs now, and in order for Don to come across with the wire, he had to gonna have to remove that piece of plywood. But we had to move this stuff out of the way, so that gave me more vacuuming opportunities. Yay!
I said I'm gonna get my girl extra vacuum cleaners for Christmas.
Didn't we cover that last Christmas?
That's what I got you too, right?
Yeah, handheld and the stick one. So Don's working over there in the corner where he's got the access hole. That is an awful lot of work for one Ethernet cable.
Aww.
So Don's got holes in the rafter so that he can come from the front over to this inner, you know, garage door wall and get it mounted. It's never a good sign when this stuff comes out.
Oh, the fish? Oh, come on.
No, that is never a good sign.
Oh.
I'm sure we will have no problems. We'll get it right away. It'll be easy.
Yeah, we can hope.
I think it's over there. So we passed today's marriage test. I highly recommend that prospective couples try to put a cable through the wall using, what do you call it?
A fish.
A fish. Yeah, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, they go fishing.
Donnie and I, of course, didn't have any issues with each other, and putting things through the wall is always a pain. Yeah. So we're probably, a foot short, but Don has, you think we got enough?
Well, I am a foot short, but there's a foot downstairs.
Right, I was going to say, but under the house, he has some slack.
Lots of slack.
Only problem is he's got to pull it in the garage. It's not trivial to get a foot of the slack.
Yeah,
but
it's a couple step process. That's
yeah. Right. Don's using the helmet so he doesn't hit his head under the house. There's a couple of pipes, and so that he can see. Hands free. It's going on 7 o'clock, so we're not going to totally get everything put back together up here today, but hopefully he'll have the cable right where he wants it, and we can finish up tomorrow. Look what the Amazon guy brought today. Well, the postal guy. Yeah. We had FedEx, UPS, and the postal truck here today. Yeah, it's all the subscribe and save stuff. Normally we get pork rinds at Walmart, but since we're not going into Walmart, and these are cheaper, and they're Utz, and they're really good. And when I make meatballs and stuff, I just take a hammer to them and pound them into breadcrumbs, pork rind crumbs myself.
Plus, they're in these single serving sizes.
Anyway, dinner's a little late tonight because of our project, but it's cooking, and Don's not missing a beat here with the guacamole and pork rinds. That's totally carb-free, baby. So I've got a spaghetti bake in the oven. Not something I've ever fixed before, and not normally on our diet. My key's already in the car. Shoot. But that's what we're having. So while it cooks, I am going to go do my Pokemon. Hopefully I won't run into the local establishment down at the environmental park, since it's technically like dusk. Alright, it was just me at the environmental park, and I'm headed right back to the house. Mission accomplished. I didn't come across anybody. Looks pretty tasty to me.